Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the only American Magical Girl who was created for the North American servers of Magia Record. But sadly, since it shut down, she found her new home on the server for the main Japanese servers. Luckily, and thank goodness, so she wasn't lost. And that magical girl who loves her father and loves Japan and everything expected from Western otakus, Ashley Taylor. So let's begin to talk about her. Ashley Taylor is a 17 to 18-year-old attack-type magical girl. Her eyes are hot pink, while her hair is blonde, having pink and cyan highlights. Her soul gem is a red gem located as a choker necklace on her neck when in her magical girl form. Ashley's weapon is her teddy bear plush, Kumanosuke, and is also surrounded by small floating bear heads. She has a rich and doubtful form which is called Zipzap, and her wish to become a magical girl was to get her dad's permission to study abroad, specifically to travel to Japan. I wish for my dad's permission to study abroad. Her known relatives are her father and mother, but it seems her dad's now deceased. She originates from the States of America in California, but the name of which Californian city is unknown. Ashley in Japan attends Koso Academy for her studying abroad, and her magical girl element is the dark element, and she has the power and ability of reversal and switch, the power to reverse whatever is received. A magical girl from California who went to Japan in search of Japanese kawaii culture. She is obsessed with all things kawaii. From Harajuku fashion to anime and manga, she even uploads videos about it for people back home. Kumanosuke, the teddy bear she got from her father, is her most precious treasure. The Apple of Faith. Its form is kawaii. The master of this emotion loves kawaii culture and takes extreme pleasure in promoting it. Her face turns to pure delight when she gazes at this image of herself. This Doppel understands fully its master's desire to spread her interests, so it strives to implant a fondness for manga, anime, yumikara, and gorokara in others. If it encounters someone less kawaii than its master, it releases rainbow beams from its 6 eyes, enveloping them in a plethora of ribbons and lace, altering their hobbies and tastes. Its victims are said to be then bound down to it in reverence. The story begins with Ashley roaming around Kamehameha City in order to gather enough material to put in a vlog. However, her tour is interrupted by the presence of a witch nearby. As Ashley closes in on the location, she encounters Reiko Chiaki trying to reassure her worried dog, Momenji. After briefly admiring the cuteness of the situation, Ashley then offers her help to Reiko, revealing her identity as a magical girl. She also decides to tackle the witch by herself and leave the grief seed to Reiko, as her own soul gem doesn't need to be cleansed at the moment. After defeating the witch, she properly introduces herself to a grateful Reiko and tells her about her upcoming plans for her tour of Kamehameha City. After mentioning Seke Lord, Reiko remembers an accessory shop and invites Ashley to join her there. Within the shop, Ashley remains in awe before the cuteness of all the accessories. She then locates a specific hair clip which she shows to Reiko, but the latter is disrupted by the design, which is covered in bandages. Ashley then explains to Reiko about the concept of Gorakara the hair clip is based on, combining cute and creepy elements together, but then apologizes for getting carried away in her explanation. She tries to switch topics by pointing at a cute skirt, but then laments that she may not have enough room to store everything she buys, as she lives in a studio flat that's about 1,000 square feet in area. Reiko gets confused about the measuring unit, and as Ashley is about to do the conversation, she encounters Emery Kisaki and Rika Ione. She frowns over them both, believing them to be Gyaro. Realizing that Ashley is a foreigner, Emery and Rika attempt to communicate in English, only for Ashley to reply to them in fluent Japanese, which surprises them. Emir decides to nickname her Ash, which the latter immediately takes a liking to. Ashley explains to the both girls that she's in Kamehama on the hunt for kawaii culture. Emery asks her if she's been to a maid cafe before, with Ashley replying that she's been to one the day before. Reika then remembers that a sacred spot for manga fans in Haruko Ward, which she tells Ashley and Reiko about before going there. However, Ashley asks Reiko to call her Ash as well. When arriving at the abandoned place, Ashley Reiko quickly recognizes it has a key location in Phantom Thief Magical Girl, which they begin fangirling about. This draws the attention of Karen Masono, who recognizes the two as Kira Knights. Ashley suggests that the three of them hang out together and talk about Magical Karen together, then recognizes Karen's ring as being that of a magical girl. After a proper introduction, they proceed to explore the many places featured in Magical Kairin, and enjoy their time together talking about trivia regarding the manga alongside other things. Reiko and Ashley put ways with Kairin afterwards. Then while pondering what to do next, Ashley's stomach rumbles in hunger. Reiko invites her to her bento shop to have something to eat, which Ashley gladly agrees to. Arriving at the bento shop, Reiko introduces Ashley to her parents, who offer them croquettes. Ashley asks for the price, but Reiko's mother says that the croquette is a token of gratitude for taking so good care of Reiko. As she watches Reiko and her parents sharing a moment, she feels some homesickness. She asks Reiko if she can tell a little more about her family in private. It's revealed that her mother is a famous actress, and Ashley's passion for kawaii culture comes from her, as she travels to Japan a lot for her movies. She has a chance to encounter with Ashley's father while the latter directed the film she was acting in. Ashley's mother would always bring back a lot of goodies from Japan, which Ashley became fascinated about. She explains how thanks to her supportive parents, she was able to visit a lot of different cities in the US and overseas and meet a lot of different people. This chain of events inspired her to study abroad in Japan. However, she then explains that her father opposed her plan for an unknown reason. Ashley explains what puzzled her was less the option and more of the lack of explanation, and therefore, as they were always justify their reasons for opposing Ashley's choices in the past. She then reveals that she eventually managed to go abroad for her studies, but merely because Kyubey showed up, she wished for her father's approval, subsequently becoming a magical girl. However, this makes her feel guilty towards her dad, believing herself to be a terrible daughter. She expresses her desire for her father to understand her choices, and that it pains her that he didn't understand the specific one. She then realizes the mood has soured and quickly apologizes to Reiko for doing so. Reiko then suggests that Ashley should film a video of her time in Kamihama to show her father, remembering their first conversation where Ashley mentioned doing this as a hobby. Reiko believes that by showing Ashley's father what she loves, he'll end up understanding her choices and how happy it makes her. Ashley praises Reiko over the idea and thanks her for the assistance deciding to film a video about this. After recording it, Ashley meets up with Reiko again to show her the results of her work before posting it online. Reiko is impressed by the result and is convinced that Ashley's video will make her father have a change of heart. Ashley finally decides to upload it and nervously waits for an answer. She mentions that it might take some time due to the time zone difference between California and Japan. Her stomach rumbles again, and she says that she has so much stress she forgot to eat today, and decides that she'll buy another croquette from Reiko's shop. Before she can go, however, she suddenly receives a call from her father, which surprises her, as he's supposed to be at work right now. Answering the phone, Ashley asks her father if he's lost some weight, but her father tells her not to worry about it. He tells Ashley that he watched the video and could really feel the love and passion poured into it and how much studying abroad meant to his daughter. He reminds Ashley to always do what she loves most, and finally voices his wholehearted support to Ashley, which makes her tear up from joy. As they were speaking in English, Reiko can only understand what is going on through Ashley's facial expressions, but she concludes that it went very well. The scene skips to several weeks later where Ashley receives an unexpected package in her studio flat. The package reveals a Gorokaru-style teddy bear inside, and attached to it is a card written by her father. It tells her that he thought that she would love this teddy bear and wishes her good luck in her kawaii endeavors. Before she could fawn over it, however, she receives an unexpected video call from home. When she answers, Ashley's mother appears bearing bad news. She tearfully reveals to Ashley that her father has passed away. Ashley believes it to be a twisted joke at first, as she talked to him on the phone a few weeks prior and nothing sounded out of the ordinary. Her mother tells her that Ashley's father was very ill, which makes her realize that it was the reason he lost so much weight in the first place. She laments about how she should have never studied abroad, but then her mother retorts by saying the illness was found out shortly after Ashley left for Kamihama. Ashley realizes in horror that she unwillingly hurt her dad by making her wish, as she ended up not being able to be by his side when he needed it most. Before Ashley's mother can talk about the upcoming funeral, Ashley cuts the conversation short. As Ashley begins forgetting her wish and decides alone, the teddy bear she was gifted unexpectedly falls over. Ashley believes it to be a sign from her father, and she remembers her words of doing what she loves most, in the place she loves so much. She rekindles her resolve and decides that she'll live her own life to the fullest to make him proud and respect the last words he ever told her. Although unconfirmed due to the nature of her wish, her control over Kemonosuke in-game battle and its mirroring of her movement in her transformation animation, it can be subsequent that Ashley's wish-given magic is the ability to manipulate the movements, at least, of objects and or people. In Chapter 12 of Arc 2, it is revealed by Himena Aika that Ashley's power is reversal. Himena takes Ashley's power along other magical girl power with her synthesis unique ability to fight back the copies of which is made by the mirror with which Winchester. According to Himina, Ashley's magic can be described as the power to reverse what is received, meaning that this power allows Ashley to change the power or magical effects onto something or someone else, including herself. In this case, Himena uses Ashley's power to reverse the empowerment magic she used on those witches onto herself to defeat them. Her name Ashley means ash tree forest / meadow. Her theorized original name, Chelsea, is thought to mean chalk wharf. It may be a humorous reference to the fact that she is one of the franchise's few white characters. And I think that means officially known as white and not anime white by skin tone, but that's my opinion on that. Her last name, Taylor, is an occasional name for a tailor, someone who professionally works with clothing. This references Ashley's interest in fashion, especially kawaii and gorokaru styles. Her original surname, Moran, may be a reference to one of several notable American actresses with the same surname. Fact 1. As she was a North American server exclusive, she is the first and only character to have exclusive English voice lines, and all of her voice lines were later re-recorded in Japanese for her re-release on the Japanese server. Fact 2. She was the first magical girl to have 4 of the same discs, in this case Blast, and was the only magical girl until the release of Akuma Homura-chan to not have all 3 kinds of discs, having no charged disc. Fact 3. Her personal story implies that the labyrinths, and presumably witches and familiars in Japan, or at least Kamehama specifically, may in some way look different from those she encountered in America, when she says this line. So this is a Japanese labyrinth, or should I say, a Kamehama labyrinth. Kinda grotesque, kinda kawaii, I love it. Fact 4. As she received Kumonorosuke after she became a magical girl and moved to Japan, it is unknown what Ashley's original weapon was, or how she initially fought. In her login story, she mentions that Kumonorosuke has faint traces of her magic on her from always being with her in battle, but she makes no mention of using him as a weapon. Then raises the question of whether she canonically does use him as a weapon, or if she fights another way. Fact 5. Reiko Chika tells Ashley that Kamehama's witches and familiars are strong, indicating that she arrived at Kamehama only after the formation of the Magias and the Doppel forms appeared. Fact 6. Prior to her release, the official website for the North American release of Magia Record has released a translation of a page of Magia Report. In the translation page, Arya states she is hoping she wills the magical girl, Chelsea. This left fans to speculate that the North American original character would be named Chelsea. The comic was reacted and the name was changed to read Ultimate Monica instead. The North American original character was then released with the name Ashley Taylor. The comic that was originally released can be read on the wiki for Magia Record. Fact 7. Her illustrator is Benno. Fact 8. As she is studying abroad, she is most likely in high school, as such options in the United States are only offered in high school to students who have taken foreign language courses relevant to the area they wish to travel. Fact 9. Ashley lives alone in Japan. Her home, which consists of only one room, is approximately 1,000 square feet, 60 tatami mats. Her home is soundproofed, as Ashley's home in Japan includes a home theater set she brought from America. Fact 10. Her doppel is likely named after the game Zip, also known as Zipzap Boring or Zipzap Zop. which is commonly used as a theater pronunciation exercise. This is a reference to Ashley's family working in the film industry, actress, director, and internet content creator. Fact 11. Ashley's VA is Sally Amaki, who voiced Ashley both in Japanese and English. She also came from an idol group called 227, and she is best known by these other roles such as Betsy Beltwas in Kaguya-sama Love is War, Sakura Fujima in the 227 anime series, Eliza Shimizu in Boki the Rock, and Carol Olston in Tomo-chan is a Girl. And that's Ashley Shayla. I hope you learned a lot from her because she is an amazing character. I did got to play with her once on the North American server until it shut down. But I didn't own her in my team. She was like a support magical girl in my battles. Anyway, next time for some more kawaii stuff, but maid style, we'll talk about Akumi Makino. So see you next time. Bye!